And now it's time for another episode of Mortimer Sparks. This week, Mortimer discovers a hidden kingdom in his very own museum, the existence of which is threatened by a sinister foe. Will Mortimer be able to save his newfound friends, or will he fall for the cunning villain's trap? Find out in Mortimer Sparks and the Secret Mouse Kingdom!
Well, that's the Egyptian room all closed and locked up, and so is the mysterious islands room, the medieval armor section, and the dinosaur hall too. Looks like we're all closed up for the night.
Mortimer placed the museum key in his pocket and began to head for the main doors to leave for the night, when something glimmering on the floor caught his eyes.
Dancing dung beetles. What's that on the ground? It looks like something that belongs in one of the displays.
Mortimer bent down and picked up the small, golden, intricately designed object.
Sleepy sloths. It appears to be some form of miniature crown. But that's just silly. Why would it be so small? Nobody has a head this small.
Mortimer inspected the crown further, turning it in his hands, admiring the handiwork of whoever had crafted it. All of a sudden, Mortimer saw something flash across the hall from the corner of his eye.
What was that?
Mortimer stashed the tiny crown in his pocket and began to chase the furry flash. It scampered around the corner.
Hold it.
It sped down the stairs.
Note to self, start exercising.
Finally, it slipped into a crack in the wall in the basement of the museum.
Oh, cheeseburger pickles. I've lost it. It looked like a mouse. I'll have to let Durwood know we have a pest problem.
Mortimer turned to leave, but stopped short when he heard a series of tiny sobs.
Hello? Is there someone there? Hello? Can I be of assistance?
I lost the crown.
Sorry, did someone say something?
So much trouble. I lost the queen's crown. I was just meant to take it to get polished for some of the cleaner's equipment while they weren't looking. But then I dropped it and lost it. Oh no!
Mortimer fished through his pockets until he found the small crown. Then he leant down to the crack in the wall.
Is this your crown?
Ah! A human!
Oh no, I've lost him. Well, I simply must get this tiny crown back to its tiny owner. I can't see him get in trouble.
Mortimer once again inspected the crown, and it was there, inside, that he found a very tiny jewel.
Fascinating frogs. Why would anyone put a jewel inside a crown where no one can see it?
He reached his finger in to touch the jewel, and all of a sudden, he found the floor rushing up to meet him, and the walls of the room growing bigger and bigger. He was shrinking.
Tiny tadpoles. I've shrunk.
The crown suddenly appeared to be full size in Mortimer's hands, and the crack in the wall seemed more like a gateway.
Tally-ho! Let's find the cleaner of the crown.
Mortimer headed inside the wall, and to his great surprise was met with a towering kingdom. Upon all sides around him hung little stone houses, clinging to the inside of the walls of the museum. There were little shops, too, bakeries and furniture builders, blacksmiths and toy makers, and across little wooden bridges that connected all the houses and shops up the walls scampered mice, as tall as our now tiny hero.
Jumping genies. It's a whole new world.
From down one of the wooden bridges jumped one mouse who came charging towards Mortimer.
You found it! The crown!
Well, I say, yes. Yes, I did.
Oh, I don't believe it. It's my luckiest day. I'm Cecil, the cleaner of the royal jewels. I took the crown to get polished, but I lost it. I thought Queen Victoria would have my head for sure.
Queen Victoria?
Yes, the queen of the mice. She lives at the top of the wall in a great castle, and we must go there right now to return the crown.
Mortimer and Cecil the Mouse climbed up the wooden bridges past optometrists and florists, luxurious apartments, and vertical farms built onto the museum's heating pipes.
That's where we grow popcorn, our favorite food.
Finally, they reached the castle, which Mortimer noticed was built against a vent in the museum wall that allowed the royal family to see throughout the room below. They were welcomed royally.
Thank you, Brave.
Oh, the name's Mortimer. Mortimer Sparks.
Brave Mortimer. for returning my crown. Now, please join us in eating some of this fine cheese.
She placed the crown back on her head and took her place on the throne, whilst her guards began to slice at a large chunk of cheese in the center of the palace.
Oh, Mortimer, we're going to get to feast on the Queen's cheese. Nobody knows where it comes from. It just magically appears overnight.
Oh, that sounds wrong.
What a great day.
But all that was about to change. Whilst the mice and Mortimer began to eat the cheese and talk about the world outside the secret mouse kingdom, a large face appeared in the vent. That of another human.
Durwood Defoe.
It was Mortimer's boss, the owner of the museum, Durwood Defoe, and he ripped the vent from the wall.
Aha! I found you, you pesky mice. You fell for my trap.
Oh, no.
He's been leaving the cheese.
Oh no, we're done for.
Please, Mortimer, you are a human, if only a very tiny one. Surely you can save us.
Well, I'll see what I can do.
Durwood reached a giant hand inside the vent and tried to grab Cecil, but Cecil was too fast.
I wish today would try and decide whether it was a good day or a bad day.
Mortimer took the opportunity to jump onto Durwood's hand and began to run up his arm.
Durwood, you've got to stop. There's a whole secret kingdom of mice in the museum walls.
Mortimer, is that you? Ha! I should have known you'd side with those disgusting mice. They've got to go, Mortimer. They've all got to go.
Durwood's other hand began reaching into a box of rat poison. Mortimer had to stop him, and quickly.
Mortimer, if you touch the shrinking jewel in the crown, try saying, "Time to go, time to go. Grow, grow, grow." It should turn you giant again.
Got it.
As Mortimer scrambled up Durwood's sleeve, he began to chant.
Time to go.
No, you're not going to stop me, Mortimer.
Time to go.
These mice scamper all over the place and leave disgusting little droppings in the dinosaur hall.
Grow.
No.
Grow.
No.
Grow.
No!
Suddenly, Mortimer began to grow, back to normal size, and as he grew, he toppled Durwood over and away from the rat poison.
Run, my friends. It's no longer safe for you here.
The mice all began to run from the crack in the wall and up the stairs.
Thank you, Mortimer. We'll never forget you.
Darn it, Mortimer. You let them escape.
Durwood began to chase the mice up the stairs, but it was too late.
Mortimer!
The mice had escaped. Mortimer picked himself up and dusted himself off.
Well, today was a little eventful.
As he got his clothing back in order, he noticed something strange in one of his pockets. He reached inside and found a tiny ring. On it was a small shrinking jewel, just like the one inside of Queen Victoria's crown.
Well, this might come in handy.
Mortimer placed the ring in his pocket and placed the vent back into the wall, sealing the secret mouse kingdom up for good. Then he headed for the stairs and his next adventure. Well, if he could get himself out of the museum.
Now, where did I hide my keys?
A big thank you to this week's brave adventurers, Anna and Wayne, Laura, Cheryl, Tara, and Katrina's young adventurers, aged 5 and 7. Without you, Mortimer would not have discovered the secret mouse kingdom. Don't forget to submit your most creative ideas for this week's artifact at www.mortimersparks.com. The most creative submissions will feature in next week's adventure broadcast. And don't forget to subscribe to Mortimer Sparks on iTunes. And if you enjoy his adventures, why not consider leaving Mortimer a review and a rating? Until next week, tally-ho, brave adventurers!